You ready? Can I wear this one? Can you just like not? Can you just like?
Just give us the finger when you want us to talk differently.
Oh, nice. This is beautiful.
2 fingers.
You guys are good.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to episode 2 of PalmWho's Bullshit Hour.
PalmWho.
Yep. And with me this week, I got John Blood.
So.
Yep. And today, we both were just sitting around. We didn't have an idea for the show because I had to push the idea for this week to next week. So we're sitting around and we started complaining about stuff, and we don't like how social scene out here now going out and stuff.
Man Jose.
Yeah. Man Jose.
By the way,
dude. So why aren't all the ladies coming out? What is?
You know,
why
that's a good point.
At home?
Let me ask Amy.
Maybe they're just
because they all know what we're after.
Of men to women here.
Yeah, if we knew that there was a high ratio of women concentrated anywhere, any whisper, if I heard a guy walking down the street, hey, you know, there's like so and so and so and so all over here, I'd be like, okay, walk that way.
Her name's Amy, by the way, and I found her at San Carlos. She was walking down the street, and I'm like, yo, what's up? And she's like, you want to party? And I'm like, no, but I'm doing a podcast, and she got in. And now we're here.
That's what we're doing for the community.
I think she gave me fleas. I feel the itch. Ah! You know, right when I got the clap, I was like, ow! But yeah, what's up with the scene, Chris? Go ahead.
Well,
where
do you like to go out?
Okay.
How often do you go out?
Do you have a good time when you go out?
All right. Let me just establish that when I was, on the prowl, single. No, I don't want to describe as on the prowl. Kind of makes you seem like a marauding killer. But when I was single,
you gotta be true to yourself, man.
I was born into this game. So when I was out there, looking for a good time, it's really important to have a good, stable base of buddies. When you're out there by yourself, one, it just comes across as weird and desperate. You have too big of a group, and it might become overwhelming for...
You're not significant enough.
Yeah, there's like, wow, there's so many options. You look at all your friends, why would I want to talk to you when your other friend's hotter? So it's like, you need like a stable like wolf pack of like 5. 5 or 4 is like a good number. Anything more than 5 or 4 is like a fucking mom.
Well, that maybe explains the whole problem with the population ratio. There's a bunch of dudes going out in packs just looking for chicks.
When I was single, I went to this lounge in Mountain View called Zen. One of the first couple times I went there, like, wow, amazing, good ratio of guys to girl, like good DJ, good drinks, everything is cool. Like the 3rd or 4th time, I noticed like around 11 o'clock, there'd be this huge group of like Indian guys. They just come like huge groups of like 10, mob the place, and then I don't know, all the girls leave, and it just gets kind of weird and not fun.
Definitely, acts of terror are just horrible. So, but I mean, like, so it seems like the problem is it has to do with, just a mix of boys to girl. That's what makes it not fun. That there's not the opposite sex there. So,
it's the opposite of sex, as in you're out there getting not laid sometimes.
I don't know. I feel like that's like the one thing, like everybody tries for that. Like all the popular places in San Jose have that mix, right? And those are like those big nighttime clubs.
Can I ask you, are you single right now?
Yeah.
James, how about you?
We already tried this. It's not gonna work.
I'm single.
Okay,
committed to a couple.
You're committed to a different couple.
Couple things.
You're committed. You don't have a girlfriend. You have a couple.
Let me tell you.
He has like a whole other person's relationship that he's like the third party.
But you're single. But where are we going with this?
Okay, yeah, we just.
So both of you guys are single. I'm the guy in the relationship. I got a streetwalker here with me, Amy, and so we're all people who've been in the game or in the game right now. So I think Chris, you can talk from experience. What's it been like lately? Like what's the scene?
I've only been single for about almost a month. So
Mazel.
Yeah, going out for just is weird at first, but I mean, I don't know. Like I don't like going out to clubs where like those big clubs you should go out with a company with. You don't go to those places looking, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm not looking for that, so for me, like I try to go out and have like a really good time, and being a dancer, I really like to dance and I enjoy good music. Just the scene altogether, I appreciate I appreciate I appreciate other things, and no, I still like, I mean there's good like popular music. And they play it, and
what are you dancing for? Why are you? I mean, because I break too, and I like to go dance fucking break it down.
Well,
and
no,
so
it is
it's like-
definitely it is definitely well documented that.
Stop
chicks-
calling them clubs.
Yeah.
You know, that just sounds douchey.
Like,
Well,
I wouldn't have been like
Lounges?
doing any
Let's
kind
call
of
them
real dancing
bars.
in like 2-3 months, and I'll be like at a bar.
No, I
I'll
wouldn't-
go
Yeah,
down just like
bar.
some little bullshit, like little six.
No,
no,
don't get no. Yeah,
It's like my
Once you
wave,
call
it's
it a
just
bar,
like,
people stop dancing.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say like I like to go out to clubs because I can't dance there. Like I can still dance normal. I'm not trying to break. I actually like to
Yeah.
dance to music. And the whole thing is like all this new music, like it's distracting when I just don't like the music to begin with. But even for good music, it's
Wasn't all
No
music new at some point?
no.
Oh no,
You can make
no?
I can make old music right now.
No,
I'm
what?
sorry, I'm not-
It's new. Like, well, what's your point in saying that?
My point is like I don't like this new founded
No.
music these days with these kids.
If you all right, if
When
you
I
watch
rode
the-
my horse to school.
if you watch the last episode, we talked a lot about morality within music and how it's just watching, like if we watch porn out in the street, that's what I hear in the music.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is. How is that
A
not?
freaking Miley Cyrus CD is not gonna jizz in some girl's mouth.
No, but it's the same like monotonous.
hell?
Like it's the lifestyle that the message. It's not, they don't specifically spell things out, but they almost do. And a lot of that stuff is in the club, and like that's just not my thing. I mean, I just think it's everybody. I don't think it's the club. The
There's
problem
different
is
types
that
of
everybody.
clubs though. There's clubs where people go to just
Bar.
kind of like
Yeah, there's
get
better
drunk and
ones.
dance and find someone to fucking, or just dance. I mean, I don't. When I see club atmosphere, like most, like Cardiff, sick place, good culture. There's a lot of fucking different type of dance there, and people get down.
Dudes with tight
It's like
shirts.
I went there. I fucking saw Mac.
Affliction.
I mean, not Mac. Tech and freaking Miss Lee, like and
Yeah.
A Game, all in the same place. It's
Can we
like, oh,
talk
shit.
about Affliction shirts since we're talking about clubs? If you're listening to this and you own
Is
an
that the other
Affliction shirt,
problem?
just stop, man. Just stop it. I get it. You have an affliction. You have an affliction for tight shirts and cheesy font that went out in 2006. So just
Yeah.
stop it. Any shirt with like a frilly design you find at Ross or Mervin's, just stop.
Damn,
bad
I
fashion.
almost wore one of those today. No, just- Chillin' with Chris P and Sasha, about to eat your ass up just like that fucking pasta. Say hasta la vista, delete your ass from my playlist. Yo, ain't going fast enough to catch up to my speed. Your ass is on your knees. Listen to what I say, you damn well heed what I got to say, because we in the day. 408 we congregate, and you cannot say that we sway the wrong way because we hit it incorrect. Don't give a fuck what you accept. The beat's a little shaky, but I'm about to rearrect my statue. Don't give a fuck what kind of statues that I be facing in a court case. I don't give a fuck, I'm winning this horse race. Of course, haste.
Like a carrot. One. Check it. I'm the immaculate Persian. When it comes to rhymes, I ain't no virgin. I beat my meat straight in the street. You need 6 pills just to penetrate this. And I like fat chicks. I got more rolls than a bakery. Oh, I'm so sick of this. No fakery. I'm turning the titties like a tabletop. And no, damn it, I won't stop. I'm the cream of the crop. Coming straight from the top of the mountains of Las Gatas. That means cat. But I don't give a fuck because I'm chasing dogs. What? And that means bitch.
Chasing dogs, shooting rats, getting all my comments in caps. I got the facts and I will fax them over. Don't give a fuck, cause I will dislocate shoulders and roll you over with 1,000,000 boulders.
Oh yeah. All right.
We're back.
Intro, reintroduction to part deux. So, we had John have to leave us, and James and I are going to wrap it up with just a few more things. So, we're kind of getting into, I kind of like the direction we are heading is into more social services available to the public. That I think there just needs to be an encouragement to do something else. This ties in what we were talking about last week, just about, the state of hip hop and just the music, and it really is just like bad. I mean, I understand going out and getting drunk and having relations with various individuals is cool, and I definitely am for that, and I hope those things never go away. But I just don't want that to be my biggest option or even going to the movies. You know, it's just there should be something more that we can do altogether. I mean, if anything, I think the music should be better. I think that would fix a lot of my feelings about going out to these clubs. But I mean, we don't always have to get drunk. We should always, we should be able to go to like a, I don't know. How do you feel about that? I mean, like, is that something we're never going to be able to get rid of? Is the need and want to drink?
Well, I think what it has to do is the way the things available that because everyone wants to meet someone and everyone wants to have fun and everyone wants to dance and everyone wants to, have sex. So it's like society or entertainment has to facilitate that in some way. I mean, I think the outlets that we have to express and kind of like release our passions and desires and things like that is what keeps our society healthy. Because if people weren't able to release like that and have that one night stand or that grimy dance or that thing to kind of release stress, whatever it may be, whether it be going out to dance, whether it be going out to get drunk and have fun, going out to enjoy some kind of event, show, something, they're all kind of classified under the whole, like back in the Roman days, like you have to, you have to appeal to the mob, and the mob would be the public, and whoever you have to satisfy that, that thing. If you go to Game of Thrones, they say like you have to distract the people, and if you don't distract the people with these deeds, these activities, their activities to distract them will be to fucking rip our heads off. So
yeah, exactly. That would go into like how people think that. I mean, some people even go as far to make it sound like it's a sinister thing, like the government or these people who run the social media around us are employing or having these ploys or plots to like you said, to keep us distracted, to keep us from thinking. And whereas I think that is what it does, I don't think that is like something that is very consciously sought out to do. But
it has to be done. Like people have to be satisfied and given some kind of release.
Yes. So
Sports,
I mean, but I
music.
feel like those releases are just so cheap. Like it's just so easy. It's the easy way out. It's just very I mean, like
It's a
the whole thing
form
about
to-
sex is like it's associated with love. I mean, even if there isn't love when you do sex, like I understand that you can have sex without love, but to some extent there is this passion that is happening. You're doing this act that feels good and on a very bare minimal level that still feels great. That's the great thing about love is like it has so many deeper levels to it, and just on the surface
So many
which
definitions,
Yeah.
Like,
well, because like I said, like the way we experience things is in two ways: externally and internally. Love is experienced for the most part. All the deeper levels are internal. How you perceive another person, and how you perceive their perception of you. And whereas that's all the internal things and the trust and the passion for, but there's the external love, the physical attraction, the whole act of sex and all that. So that's how you take all those internal things and make them a real world experience, a real tangible thing outside the minds. And when you're in love with someone, you want to have that communication, and sex is that communication. In my opinion, that is definitely
sex
what it is.
and many other things. Just having common interests, doing common activities, enjoying each other's company. That all stimulates the same deal. But sex is like the bee's knees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean
that's the ultimate connection between two people is sexual intercourse. And why not? That's the most natural thing you could possibly do besides actually communicate.
right.
I mean, because what's natural about using tools? What's natural about doing activities? Not that. I mean, it's sex is the most natural thing you could possibly fucking do. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of the most rudimentary things in life.
You're
Flowers,
doing-
the way some organisms are only created just to fucking have sex.
Yeah, I always said that like everything you do in life revolves around that sex.
And,
Like
and
you
to
go
deny
to
it is just denying and renouncing your own, like
instinctual
purpose.
Yeah.
It's like
Agreed. So, but see, it's such a core and fundamental thing that's so easy to attack, and because that's what every single human wants, every single species want. They want that, so they provide a place to do that. But I feel like to be better human beings, better people, better society, we need to be able to branch deeper from our physical external needs and really dig deeper into the mind and establish just more morality. Like, it sounds cheesy and stupid, and like everybody that just wants to party and have fun, like, it's good in moderation, but I feel like California's problem is that we just party hard and we don't stop.
Way too fucking hard. Yeah,
just
like,
all the time. It's just always having a good time, and that's great, and that would be wonderful if life could do that. But look, we can't. Like, that isn't what life is all about, and we need to like just really make. I don't find individuals on a regular basis that I can like there is an open conduit or an open pathway to their conscious self within themselves. Like, it is very shallow. Like what they are offering me is just, I can feel is just their external shell, and they're keeping, maybe not they're keeping something deep from me, but it just doesn't go any further. Like, all the things you cherish and, you know, revolve your existence and concept of what is around is just all and mostly external and materialistic things, and just things that only have to do with the outside world, not the internal mind. And I think that is just one of the most important things right now, because it's just so untapped in with the way science is going and neurology, and we're understanding how the brain works and why, like, for the first time ever, we're now understanding like what is driving certain thoughts, and we understand like all the pathways that electrons fire through the brain. And so, you know, it's just something that we need to start doing. And you know, I just
I mean, it's something that's definitely overlooked.
Mhm.
Like, it's not given that credibility that it deserves
By you.
By I mean, the powers that be, so-called the voice of the voices, you know what I mean? Like the media, because where do we get our facts from? Where do we get our mass opinions from? Yeah, we get them from science and we get them from facts, but we also get them from society and, you know, popular opinion. There's a lot of things that are popular opinions that may someday be disproven, and then, you know, how is that supposed to sit? I think a lot of facts and a lot of ideas and a lot of evidence has not been presented to the public because of those things. Like, people have made their careers on ideas, and people have made their fortunes on ideologies and things that are known as fact. And if those facts were to topple, a lot of people would topple, and a lot of you know, people would basically be, you know, they would just lose all types of credibility, and their entire life's work would be discredited. So there's definitely a hesitant push against change and against, you know, moving on to different ways of thinking and moving on to different ways of living and understanding ourselves and how we exist. Because that, I think I just go back to it. There's been so much built and so much gained on the forms of ideas we have now. Changing them would fuck shit up for a lot of people. Not for society, but for actually not a lot of people. The few. Like the same thing with you know, industry, petroleum, gasoline. It all goes social, it all goes economic, it all goes business. Like, if we switch to fuels, clean fuels and renewable fuels, all the people who depend on fuels that aren't renewable, they'll be fucked, so we don't change.
So in relation, so basically,
and it goes from scale to scale. It's not just about oil and about industry. It's about social change and it's not about just social change. It's about fads and trends and what's the norm. Those things are reluctant to change as well for the same reason.
Exactly. So I think the important lesson here that we can draw here is that the more things that the majority does, and especially the more things that we throw money at, the more money we throw at things, that money's going to go to either, you know, a few people, or that organization has a lot of people and it goes back into the community. And we just need to choose where we are putting our money, which is a resource at this point, which I would like to see gone. All forms of just like standardized currency. I don't think that this has worked. I feel humans are untrustworthy and greedy. So I think money was just.
You think maybe a barter system or a service?
A resource economy, a resource-based economy, where certain regions have certain resources that the rest of people need, and
how much they're worth.
We can be a fully functional like ecosystem and not be like running out of resources. Now, I always say you can't talk about that without population reduction, which is another whole other show. And we're actually getting into like a whole different show. But what I wanted to get back to was these clubs and like all these social activities, whatever you guys are doing, whatever is popular. I'm not very popular, so maybe I don't know what the best, you know, trends are. But for everyone that is cool and you're giving like your resources to to keep your image of what that coolness is, whether it be a certain type of clothing, a car, what activities you do, whatever it is you are that you take money and invest in, that money goes somewhere and will promote that as a more mainstream thing. Like if we all tonight, after listening to this, we all went and bought sparkling cider, that delicious stuff you have around Thanksgiving. If we all went that, there would be a huge push to keep that. Like everybody loves it. We're gonna. So then those guys
keep that year-round type deal.
Exactly. So they're gonna have all of a sudden a huge flow of cash, and they're gonna have resources to push and instill it back into.
Yeah, when you lose a big amount of product like that, it's like, oh, we have to replace what we just sold and maybe facilitate a new amount. So like where that money comes from and where that production comes from is kind of lost in the paperwork. You know what I mean? Like.
Now let's say this apple cider is kind of it's kind of a novelty type item. It's not really a big thing, but what if it all of a sudden overnight did, right?
Bang, yeah.
It's this novelty thing.
Supply and demand.
That company might not be able to supply all that, right? But who could? Bigger company like Coke.
Exactly,
Coke would be like, hey, you want to like look, you can give us 50% and you can take. Get 50% cut, and you'll still make more, you know, or some type of percentage like that, you know. Hey, we're gonna take a majority.
Basically, let me
and
buy
leave you the minority, and you'll still make
you,
more. It's like, here, what do you want? You want
probably
to
offer them twice what they're making yearly.
Exactly.
You know? And that would be like, oh, business, we just doubled in size. We're getting double the amount of money.
And then what's gonna happen? Coke's gonna get a hold of it, and by quality.
Fire all the workers.
Exactly.
All the workers are gonna be gone.
They're gonna make it
all
super cost efficient.
Yeah.
The quality is gonna go down.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like Apple Coke. You know, they're just. I mean, what normally happens? What they do? You know what they do is they buy these companies. And then they fire the workers, make it shit on purpose, so that it's gone.
There's one thing that never stays when a company brings another company, a bigger company takes over a smaller company that has a very popular upcoming product, is the workers. The very first thing that goes is the workers. Mm-hmm. Boom, see ya. You were getting paid premium to supply this product that's growing and growing. Now we're gonna fucking destroy your shit. Ship all our factories over to Asia or somewhere else, India, and pay people half as much and gain twice as much the product. So it's like that fucks people over. Like people getting big and industry coming in and bigger industry coming in and taking over to redistribute to make a larger market. That fucks a lot of people over. I mean, you know, Coke could come in, take their shit, and the workers are just like, you're gone. We have your product. We don't need your labor. We got all types of labor in Asia.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's just how it is.
So basically, money's the root of all evil. But
money is the root of all conflict.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but so just to get back, like I think what we want to see more in society in terms of social venues and things, activities that not just anything new, but people directing cash flow to things that are more ethical. And I think we all really want to do that.
That video you shared. It's basically the video. I'm sorry to cut you off, but the video that I'm talking about is an Indian guy, and he lives.
I did post that. I'm sorry.
Was it? I thought was it you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and you know this guy he owned a hotel in India somewhere. I'm pretty sure it was India, because I mean Bangladesh, whatever, somewhere over there. A lot of people look like Indians, but so. This guy's a hotel owner, and he was saying, "Oh, I take care of all my guests. All my guests are fed. All the logistics are good. Like I run a successful business here. But just down the street in my home country, there's people starving and dying, and I service these tourists and make sure they're fat and happy. So what he does is he just liquidates all his shit, and he becomes a helper of the people, like a really fucking genuine helper of people." He just takes care of everybody, all the homeless, all the mentally ill, the people who are just cast aside because they can't.
And he doesn't fund an organization that does it. He literally goes into a house, cooks all the stuff himself.
I think he was bringing those people into their house and bathing them in his fucking place and cutting their hair, at least somewhere where obviously he frequents, you know, like. Yes. And that's a big thing. Like when they went up to that guy and he was kind of disgusting looking. He was like someone you would look at and be like, oh shit, that guy's no good. And he cut his hair, washed him up, fed him a little bit, and they like showed kind of a picture like as that was happening. And then after, he just looked like a whole new person. Mm-hmm. Like he was like what he was saying is that this type of nurturement, there's physical nourishment and there's mental nourishment, and the mental nourishment is really what brings out.
You need both.
That person, and that all ties into the whole social, service thing. Like, I
Don't
mean,
be
we
selfish.
could start talking about the whole poverty issue and how you know, people in poverty, people who are homeless, and people who like live on the streets could be rehabilitated and turned into, you know, productive members of society or gain.
But we don't help them.
Well, we don't help them, yeah, because I mean, the people in charge, the people who run the money flow, and the people who are in charge, what direct gain do they have from helping them?
What's all built into the mindset of people, like, you know, when a lot of people, they see a panhandler on the side of the street, they're saying, well, he had his chance.
Mhm.
I have what I have. And
he had the same opportunity that I did.
Exactly. And, you know, a lot of us are getting, our pennies are getting squinched by the government. And it's kind of hard to justify, oh, well, like, I don't want to give this guy just, like, a little bit. We want to give more. So, therefore, if we can't give more, we don't give any, because we want to give more. Because, like, we feel like, oh, what is this, 75 cents? We feel like it's a slap in the face. If someone gave me 75 cents, I'd be like, dude, like, keep your fucking change, you know? But these people, they don't see it that way. It really does help them, and we really need to, like, get, like,
it helps them, but
realize
what way but coming from the other aspect, what way does it help them? Because I've been in downtown Santa Cruz, and I just got out of Taco Bell, and the motherfucker asked me for a little bit of change, and I was like, hell yeah, I just bought hella food, I got some change. Gave him fucking 50, 60 cents, whatever, $1.60, it was $1.60. Motherfucker walked right across the street. Everyone knows the fucking liquor store right across from the Black Lung. That motherfucker went in there, bought a bottle of vodka, and walked right fucking back out. So it's like, I've had a experience. Like, yeah, I'll give it to some people, some street musicians in Santa Cruz, some people who are really just like selling shit, some people who are just look like they're cool, but they're traveling, you know, they're just not where they should be, and yeah, those people seem like they fucking need that money, and they need to do this, so to eat, to go somewhere, to travel, to get on the next bus. But those people, like, I gave my fucking $1.60 to that guy, and he walked right across the street and fucking bought a bottle of vodka.
That instance is a really good example of how just mental. That guy didn't need physical nourishment. Obviously, he wasn't hungry enough to go buy food. He was thirsty enough to buy booze.
He's just trying to get fucking fucked up.
What really could have helped him was just an ear to listen to him and just talk to him. And you could have been like, not to like say like you did the wrong thing, but like people in that situation, instead of like, if you see someone that, if I give this guy money, he's not gonna use it right. Like, if you can, I mean, people are a good judge of character. Yeah, if you feel you don't want to give this guy money, or you don't have enough money to give, or you feel like it's a slap in the face, talk to him. Don't have too much pride to be seen talking to a homeless person or someone that's dirty. That's all external. Are you that shallow that someone's outwardly appearance denies you the access to your mind and their mind? You know? And so you need to, like, for that person, if you would just talk to him, and then, like, you could hear his desperation to get drunk. Like, maybe, you know, but sharing a positive message and, like, and a message of living well, like, it may not do anything. Most likely not for very severe cases. An encounter with another stranger on the street may not do anything. But
sometimes.
But what is worse? Having a neutral action happen, or a negative reaction where he goes and buys alcohol. What was better, you know? You just took one more step forward towards sobriety, possibly, you know? Gave him another idea to ponder on, you know? So in that instance, that is what we should be doing more, is just being more moral, like, all around. Like, honestly, it goes back to hip-hop.
I think what it comes back to is him taking advantage of my kindness to misrepresent what I'm giving him. Like, he's like, oh man, can I get, you know, like, what he said was just, oh, you know, can I get some extra change, you know, like, that was it. Like, he just kind of made it seem like, fuck, like, why, I'm not gonna try to tell you what it's for. Like, hey, can I get some extra change? Like, you got any extra change for me? And, like, you know, he looked like a cool guy, tall, you know, kind of well-built dude for someone who seems like he's fucking, you know, down and out, you know, alert. His fucking face looked, you know, like he was an alert person. I was just like, all right, you know, fuck it, whatever. I got a lot of money. I'm about to go back to San Ho, take the bus, and
the guy might not even be homeless. He's just broke, and he's just like, damn, I could just ask for money. It works, right?
Yeah, but the thing is the misrepresentation. Like, some people will straight up ask, like, yo, man, fuck, I got any 60 cents? Fuck, I need to get a beer or something, or, like, you know, something like that. Like, I've given people money, like, fuck. I know you're about to get a beer. I know what you need 60 cents for, but just like the deception of it, like if I was asking people for money, I would straight up be like, yo, I need 50 cents to get this tall can. Hook me up.
Yeah. See, you always gotta It's all about being truthful, no matter what it is. I mean, it's always honesty is the best policy, right? Is that what it goes with?
I think that is what it comes back to is having a pure, way of interacting with people, not trying to be deceiving.
So,
because I think people will respect someone who's just like, yeah, I'm just.
Let me sum up this last crazy half hour of misdirected conversations and, scribble scrabble. What it comes down to, I think, from A to B, I'm thinking now is, if we were all made an effort to be more morally conscious and aware of ourselves and really strive to have an ethical code that we all live by, whatever it may be, better things will come out of that. I feel we're just too shallow, and our activities show that. When we go out, we use substances, we cater to the explicit, like, basic needs that are very easy and quick to fulfill. We want quick entertainment. We don't want to take the time to talk, because with all texting and the way, like, technology has gone, it's a chore to talk. I feel like for some people, if you're like me and you do it all the time, it's not, and it's one of the best ways to express myself. Is by talking with other people, and you really can, like, dig deep into each other's minds, and that's, I mean, your friend, like, everyone has friends, what that's like. I mean, we all do it. We're just not doing it with everyone. It's like your friends are the only people you can peer into the mind of everyone. Don't close the world out to you. The more you open the world, the more of the world you let into your mind, the more of the world
the more connections you make, the more experiences you have, the
more alive you will be.
Opinions you could exchange.
So yeah. So that's what we're gonna leave off on, and hopefully this is all gonna get edited and put together in a somewhat fashion that was good. So
yeah, thank you guys for listening. Like, comment, share, subscribe, do whatever the fuck you gotta do, because I mean, if anyone else is talking like we're talking, feeling like we're feeling, then we definitely like to have some type of collaborative effort. I mean, if you wanna exchange audio on the same topic, we could have a live feed, live chat,
video responses.
And, make conversations through the video responses, or just make conversations through, send me your audio, send you your audio.
That's what we're gonna do.
We're gonna start making collab videos on these discussions.
We're gonna go on YouTube and find some people with
Skype. We could do type
thoughts.
Skype. We could do a lot of Skype work.
Yeah. So yeah.
No doubt.
So YouTube, look out. I'm proud.
Raping daughters.